Good morning. Today's a very calm, cool day. It's summer. It's Friday. I'm off today. But I had a request. Somebody wanted to see like a farm tour, right? So I really don't know how to do a farm tour, but I do have a lot of projects that I want to do. So I figured I would just tell you guys that and walk around the property and kind of show you what's going on. As you can see, beautiful view of the mountains in the back. Let's get into it. Let's see some cool stuff today. So here on our property, we have a ton of space for grass, right? Like our property goes all the way over to our neighbors. There's a lot of mesquite trees there. I mean, you could see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, a million of them, right? But my buddy did send us some grass. So I think that this area here, with our amazing, beautiful, tall cypress trees, I mean, you can see them from miles away how tall they are. We actually have a pack of white barn owls that live in these cypress trees. What we want to do is this area here, I mean, that's probably a good 300 to 400 feet. So we have pretty decent dirt here on the farm. Not much stuff needs to be done to grow here versus other places in Arizona is really desolate and sandy. You have pretty good dirt. We can grow whatever we want. So I think that this area behind me, all the way from there to the other side of the driveway, is where we're gonna wanna do our grass. So we have 2 tillers and the tractor, which might be able to plow that up and do some beautiful grass. One thing that I do love about this property, sorry I'm probably a little close, is that we have 2 different water systems. We have one system that goes for the house, and then we have another system that does all the outdoor spigots. And we have roughly, I think, 13 or 14 outdoor spigots. So we have spigots all around the property. So from here, we have a spigot here. And one other thing that I kind of wanted to touch on today is our beautiful trees. So this one looks a little sad because the deer came over and is munching on them. But this is a Fuji apple tree. We planted her last November. We moved out to the farm in October. And so she had a few apples. Oh, look. There's an apple up there. You guys see it? There she is. So she's doing good. We have a pine tree here, another spigot, 500-gallon propane tank. So we try to keep our propane tank full. It's really expensive. It's way more expensive than natural gas, believe it or not. Oh, did you guys hear that well on? Listen, I'll take off my hat and put it up there. Hold on. The well is actually pumping right now as I speak. Let's see if you guys can hear it. Let me get my hat up there. So the well actually sits under that little windmill right there. The well's on the bottom, goes under the ground, follows down, gets pumped up into our 3,500-gallon storage tank. What we did at the beginning of this year, like early this year, when it's still cool, is so coming off the well, we have a water line. The water line is supposed to be underground. So it runs here, takes a right 90, left, right, all the way down to the Fuji tree. And then it goes roughly about right here and shoots down the line. So as you guys can see, mesquite trees are a pain. They're the worst. We have hundreds of them everywhere and they're really hard to get rid of. This here is our Colonel Littman fig tree. So quite a bit of figs on it right now. Not too bad, a lot of figs. This one looks like it might be ready. Let's see. Nope, she's not plump. So when we went to Texas here recently, oh, that one just came right off. Let's take a bite out of it. Let's see if it's got anything in it. Very hard. Very hard. Oh yeah, very hard and dried up inside there. Very hard and dried up. That's sad. Yep, nope, nothing. So when we went to Texas for 4th of July, didn't have the chance to water these while we were gone, and I'm pretty sure most of the figs on here have died. We have a ton of water on it right now. We've been watering the crap out of it. Actually, I'll go turn the water on right now. Since we were gone for so long, they wind up dying, which is really sad to me because we've put a lot of time into these fig trees. So we have a fig tree here, nice little fig tree. We have a mulberry here, which is grown exponentially ever since the deer came and destroyed it. And yes, I do need to weed eat it and do some stuff, but you gotta think there's nowhere that grass grows other than where we're watering. This is another black mission fig. So she was planted, all these were planted at the same time. And this one is another mulberry tree, but it was root bound and stuck in a pot for a long time. The creme de la creme, the one that I want to survive the most, and the one who had so many fruits until the wind came. This is our persimmon tree. So it had tons and tons and tons of persimmons on it, and then the wind came down and they all just got destroyed. The wind knocked them all off. She moves around quite a lot. The deer have pruned her back, as you can see, the sticks hanging off the side. So we're just trying to give them water just enough to where they can survive. The next thing I want to show you guys is my garage. As a person who loves to do mechanical stuff, the garage is where I like to be. It's a lot of fun for me. It's kind of a release from everything. I can just go out here, work on something, and be done with it. Look, Jesse's watering our native plants. So this is the garage. Can't see anything. Ta-da, ta-da. And this place is a wreck. I'm gonna be honest. This place is a freaking wreck. I haven't had the time to come out here and just tidy up. I've just been so busy, just letting you know that ahead of time. So first things first, pancake compressor. We use it all the time. That's why it's sitting right next to the door. And we make sure that it is ready to go at all times. All right, so we have a bunch of equipment. So I have a project car here to the right. This is my engine hoist to pull it out. This is my 1999 Mazda Miata. The Miata is on a standalone ECU. It has had the coolant reroute done, a new timing belt, water pump, everything, oil, transmission, everything I can need to get it to put a turbo on it. I have a turbo kit. I just need to pull the engine, pull the transmission, install the clutch, install the turbo, put it all back in. Just all kinds of stuff. It's got a subwoofer, a full new surround sound system in it. It is my dream car, and I have everything I need to do to work on it. I just need the time. Honestly, I just need the time to come out here, spend a week doing absolutely nothing but working on the car, and I would be hopefully done with it. That's what everybody says about a project car. It used to be clean. It used to be clean. Now it's all dirty and nasty. Okay, here. This is a 2009 Yamaha Zuma. This is a 50cc two-stroke scooter that I bought after I tore my ACL, hoping to ride. It does run. It doesn't have a battery installed right now, but she runs and she's good. We took it completely down to the frame and fixed it. This one is a 1980 something Honda Spree. So it's got an AF05 engine on it, which we've kind of taken apart. And as you can see with the car choke cleaner, we're trying to get it started. We just haven't had the time to come out here. The starting gear on this thing is wore out right there. So there's missing a few teeth, so you can't really kick it. So we're trying to use a drill, and then the bearings were seized and the nut was messed up. So it's just a project bike. This is a parts bike for another bike. So if we continue to go, so one thing that I did do that I was about to skip over is I 3D printed and installed a complete surround sound system. So there's a speaker there, there's a speaker there, there's a speaker there, there's a speaker there, and there's a speaker there. So I did the CAD program, I CAD'd a way to do this. And so the way that this works is I have a Roku set up on the wall there that's plugged into the speaker system. So when I turn on the speaker system, it powers the Roku. Then I power the TV on, and then the Roku kicks on, and we can do a full surround sound music thing in here. Or if I need help with working on the car or the bike or watching YouTube, I can go in, be my YouTube mechanic that I am, use the TV and all the speakers to hear stuff. It's really nice to play music in here when I'm out here hanging out, but the sad part for me is really have never got to use it. But it is nice. It took me, I don't know, a day and a half to install. Did the staple gun down with the wiring to the box and the subwoofer and all that stuff. It's actually connected to our Starlink internet because where we're at, we cannot get regular internet. Not too bad, if I'm being honest. I don't mind it. It's a good little setup for just us here in the middle of nowhere, and I like it. One of my goals for this garage is all of this backboarding with no insulation to get insulated. That's like a big goal of mine. Everything takes time. Honestly, if I'm being honest, the wood chipper is what started this whole thing. I started doing wood chipper videos on my stories on Instagram, and people really liked them. People were asking me about the wood chipper. I also did a little bit inside of the house and was fixing the countertops, and they They were said, where's the wood chipper videos? Where's the countertop videos? Like, what's going on? Where are you at? And I was kind of just busy, and so people really enjoyed those. And I had one friend who was like very adamant about me like taking this on full time. This is what we're doing now. We're doing some videos on the weekends, but I do have time to come out here and talk to you guys. So yeah, let's keep going. This here is a 110 Chicago electric welder that I got from my mom about 4 years ago. I bought all the stuff, the face mask and the gloves and the 90-degree stuff that I need to like weld metal together. Literally, I've never turned it on. Not once have I created a spark with that thing. So hopefully one of these days I can get some time to teach myself. Let's get out of here and let's go look at the greenhouse. Let's give you guys an in-depth of the greenhouse. So we just left the garage. We have our box blade for our tractor back there. And this is our greenhouse. It's actually 1,500 square feet. So I never continued talking about the water spigot situation. So that right there, the little box, is our well house. And inside there we have 2 valves. We have one valve that you turn on that goes to the house. We have another valve that you turn on that goes to all the outdoor spigots. So I mentioned those 2 outdoor spigots over there. There's an outdoor spigot right behind that tree. I don't know if you guys can see it. Little spigot sitting there behind the tree. Then our next spigot is actually over there by the fence. Right there. And then I have one on the side of the garage. Then we have one on the side of the greenhouse. So the water system during the winter was something that I wanted to be able to use inside the greenhouse. Hello, Jesse, good morning. So that is our little honeysuckle that Jesse's watering. Got her for $1. So the water system was weird because the inside plumbing to this greenhouse is all on the outdoor water system. But with it being on the outdoor water system, we didn't want the water to freeze inside the pipes during the winter. So what we did is we drained the outside water system. But the greenhouse has a 250-gallon expansion tank. So what we did is we piped in a valve there that you guys can see and pretty much isolated the greenhouse water system from the outside water system. So we're able to get a hose, pipe it from the house into here, fill the tank, and then water the plants during the winter. Now, it is 6 o'clock in the morning, and it is already 83 degrees inside this greenhouse. So we have been struggling to find a way to keep this greenhouse cool. Like, these plants are starting to come back because we watered them, but like our jalapenos, they were very sad the other day. They were not doing too well. We've already gone through a bunch of bok choy and onions and other stuff here, so nice. Camry trimmed back the kale last night because we made zuppa toscana. And then we have our very, very sad cherry tomatoes that are not really doing much. Everything that I'm talking about in this video needs work. Every single thing. The garage needs work, the bikes need work, the greenhouse needs work, everything needs work. Everything that we have here just needs work. So up here has a water system. It's really neat. There's drop downs for every single raised bed. So why, you ask, why aren't we using it? Why is Jesse using a hose? Well, because this is the water system and the timer system. And when we come down here to look at it, you can see that the PVC is completely broken all the way up the line. I was told that this house was built by a man who had a Chinese restaurant in Tucson, and he used this greenhouse to grow all the vegetables that he needed for his restaurant. Ever since that man moved out, nothing has been used. So the whole water system up top is non-functional. I don't know how the water was connected to the bottom there because there's no, like, it doesn't make any sense right now. The timer is all the way on the wall up there. So you can see the timer next to the thing, but I just haven't had time again to come out here and really fix it. Don't know if I want to spend that much water just keeping this place cool and literally humid, right? Because it's super, super dry out here. One of the big issues that we have with this greenhouse is during the summer and the winter. Summer it's nice, winter not so much, is there's a hole up there. And you can see there's a bunch of spray foam. Because I tried to take on the project, and we keep this back door open all the time because it's so freaking hot. I took on the project of climbing all the way up there and replacing it with a sheet of plastic. That didn't work. The winds here are really high and it just ripped it right off. So now we're in the back, kind of close to the chicken coop. You guys, if you guys see my other videos, you recognize this area. This here is one giant walnut tree. When I say walnuts, man, does it put out walnuts. It puts out so many walnuts that we don't even know what to do with. Now, what's awesome about this property is this little post here. You can't really, I mean, when I first got here, I didn't know what it was. So under this is a valve. If I were to turn that valve on, there's a in-ground water system First one stops at the walnut tree. You guys can see him right there, little thing peeking up. And you guys see, I have a bunch of brush out here that needs to be taken care of. I bought the wood chipper, rebuilt the wood chipper, got the wood chipper running to chip all of this stuff, and I never got around to doing it. I'm kind of one of those guys that starts a lot of projects and finishes none of them. So then we have another water spigot there, and this is another walnut tree. It was very, very sad tree. When we got here, this tree was dead. There was nothing on it. You can see that we pruned it back. We broke off the branches that would literally snap off at the time. We pruned it back and she has leaves. But we also haven't watered it because there's only one tree that needs water, so we can just run water to it specifically. So as we're looking, we can see our coop in the background. You can see old Camry in there messing with the chickies. We can see our rain barrel and our T-post that we got driven. We just need to cover that up so it doesn't get super hot, the water. All right, so back to the water system. So we have a valve there. This one is ripped out of the ground, which is really interesting to me because when we turn the water on, this doesn't leak water anywhere, which is very surprising. One there, and you can see this mesquite tree was enjoying that water, and now we have a big mesquite tree back here where I don't want it. And you can see, giant brush pile right here. Bunch of mesquite trees that we took down back here because we wanted this area to be usable. A lot of mesquites on this property, 1, 2, right? As you guys can see, right there on the edge of the chicken coop, that's a pomegranate tree. Jesse there is tending to the okra. And then there's this dead tree here, and the one directly behind it is also another pomegranate tree. Back to our sprinkler system, this was a walnut tree. It grew leaves for about 2 or 3 days and has never come back. But it does have a water spigot. Now, if I were to water these, I bet you they would blow up, but I kind of want them to go away so I can plant something else. This one is another walnut tree that is just barely coming back, and it has its own spigot. Same here, walnut tree, spigot, and then if we continue down the line, going back here into the nothingness, there's another spigot there. So another spigot in the ground, and then again, another one all the way back here. So these mesquite trees on this property are very overgrown and huge, right? They're really big. We want to get like the tractor, get a chain, wrap around the bottom, uproot them. Don't know if that'll work, but that's kind of my goal. This here, you guys can see we pruned back. This whole area you could not walk under. These branches came all the way to the ground and sat on the ground. So we got our Milwaukee chainsaw from Nick and we came down here and pruned them back. So you can actually genuinely walk under these mesquite trees now, which are super nice. But with this land not being tended for so long, there is hundreds of small mesquite trees. I'm gonna show you that right now. Hundreds of small mesquite trees everywhere. Like, look at this one that I killed with a brush hog. Already ready to come back. One here. I mean, this is a forest of mini mesquite trees. If you walk through this just straight through the middle, you will be scratched to live in heck, right? So all of these little mesquite trees, I want to uproot and get them out. You guys can see right there, they grow like weeds out here. I pruned that back. It's already creating new branches out of where I pruned it back. Same with this one. Prune this one back to nothing. And then you can see on the bottom, everything that is green here is a mesquite tree. Just bushes and bushes everywhere. And I wanted to bring the brush hog back here and kind of knock them all down, but that doesn't help. I need to uproot them. And then we can see we're over here by Rodney's place. So you have some goats, a goat hanging out. That's Rodney's goat and pig. And then we trim this guy back too. Now, you say, what did you do with all the branches? Well, there you go. I have a 6-foot tall, 15-foot wide and 15-foot long brush pile that I need to get rid of. I'm gonna borrow a buddy's trailer. I was waiting on this video just so I could walk again, because doing this tour around is so much walking that it's too much for my knee. I barely just started walking 3 weeks ago, which is good. I was off the crutches. You know, that's why I'm doing this video now. But this is our brush pile. Giant brush pile of mesquite. It was really cool when we first did it, but now not so much. Then there, another pomegranate tree. We have one last final stop that I want to stop and show you guys before we get out of here, which I think it deserves to be the final stop because it's all we talk about. We're going to talk about the chicken coop. All right, one last tree, pomegranate tree, actually growing pomegranates. This is the only thing that's actually legitimately fruiting out that's really nice. We have our little chicken coop run. This is a 20-foot long by 10-foot wide chicken run. And I have to say, all of these upgrades are thanks to Nick. The automatic chicken coop door, the farm fresh butt nuggets, the cluck around and find out. We got a little swing for him. I still think the swing's a little high, but it's okay. We'll get them all figured out. We have our automatic water system coming in. So normally right now in this time of the day, what are you doing? Normally this time of the day, it would already be insanely hot in the coop. But we put the tarp up in the back, which is really nice. Cameron, what is this? Oh, that's the watermelon?
Yeah, I get water.
Yeah, they didn't like too much of that. And then we have our automatic cups. Our cups that fill up when the chickens get to drink out of them. They're a little dirty. So what we do to clean them, we just come here, we'll turn them, let the water go around, swish around with our thumb, turn it, there we go. Fresh new water for them. It's funny because they like the water on the ground more than they like the water. Look at them all coming. Hey, Perch, geez, you've gotten big. Got Perch, one of the twins, Spot, Red, Poopy Butthole, there, the black one. And then we have Abigail there, the one who's in the pan, she's running away. And then one of these is Becky, Bertha, what'd you name her?
Bertha.
Bertha. This, and then the other old chickens don't have any names, to be honest.
Easter's the only one with
Yeah.
the name.
Oh, Easter's the only one with the name because she laid her first egg on Easter. Nickel Pickle fell over. He didn't actually fall over. He was trying to fall over due to the fact that there's super high winds right before 4th of July. So we took him out and laid him on his side for now because if we were to stand him up, we'd come back and he'd be falling over. But right where Camera is standing is where I want to put him, attached to the fence. And we'll get him back up. Don't you worry. He will stand tall. He's 6 foot tall rooster. I don't have anything else to say. Camera, you want to say goodbye to the people?
Goodbye.
Goodbye and good morning.
There goes the alarm.
Yeah, time to wake up. All right. Thanks guys for watching. Thanks for exploring the farm with me, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. See you later, bye.